Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, I still got the same shirt on. I don't know that many of you are ever watching and are even concerned about I may have the same clothes on for several days in a row. And if you are concerned about it, then those are things you shouldn't be concerned about. Anyway, welcome to the channel. This is Gray Cloudy Day channel. I am Mr. Cloud, or Gray Cloud, actually. I am Gray Cloud, Sage of the Eternal Moment. And welcome here. If you are a subscriber, I call us, the community here is the Fellowship of the Clouds. If you aren't subscribed and you're watching, please consider it. And also, right this second, hit that like button. Okay, don't. It doesn't matter. Let's just go with whatever is. But if you can do it, please. Like I've said before, now I am using the camera on the end where I can look in the screen and see myself. But this is going to be, I'm going to do a reading from 50 things that really matter. Yesterday I did the introduction, and I'm going to read. I'm going to try to make this video a little bit shorter because, let me tell you, when I'm trying to, anyway, the editor app I have, yesterday I was trying to edit one of my last things I put up, and apparently I've used up all of my free being able to put text into the video and make it, like I've been trying to experiment with having it should pop up and say Gray Cloudy Day, and then like and subscribe or ditto and all that. And it wants to offer me, try it out for 7 days for free, and then after that, it's going to be this much every month. Oh, goodness. I mean, I'll pay a few bucks for a good editing app a month if it ain't but a few dollars, but I'm not going to pay an enormous amount of money. I can't remember what they were trying to say it'd be for every month or whatever. I thought, man, I'm not doing this. There's got to be another way. Now, before we get into the reading, I wanted to give a shout out to Be His Soldiers. It's a subscriber to the channel. She's a new subscriber, but she has been watching some of the videos prior to subscribing yesterday. And anyway, so there's a channel up now under the name Be His Soldiers. And I discovered yesterday a video that they made, and it was titled Gray Cloudy Day. I'm going to try to copy the link to that video and put it in the description down below or in the comments. I'm going to try to figure that out. I do know how to do a few things. It's just I got to use my brain for a second. Now, if the link don't show up, forgive me, but I did share that video in the community, and I've shared her, and I asked people to go over to her channel and subscribe if they could. That's what I'm asking of you guys. Be His Soldiers. Look it up if there isn't a link. But there should be a link to the video I'm talking about that's titled Gray Cloudy Day. And when you go to that link, watch that. And if you could, please subscribe to her channel. We want to support people that are trying to do something positive, trying to be part of the team, because this is about teamwork, guys. This channel isn't just about Gray Cloud. It's about a lot of people that need help and a lot of people that are suffering in their own ways and through their own circumstances. And I want you to know you're not alone, okay? So let's get on going on. Let's see if I can read this without putting them glasses on. Number 1, wisdom. After college and before I figured out what I wanted to do in my life, I bartended for 2 years in Boulder, Colorado. To pass the slow winter days, I befriended the elderly saxophonist who played outside the restaurant. Eugene Lucky Hudson had lived each of his 75 years with a passion for experience that took him all over the country. playing juke joints, and living out of suitcases. Every afternoon, I'd wipe the bar and he'd listen to my stories, quibbles with coworkers, laments about holiday demands, wounds left over from spats with friends. Regardless of how silly or insipid that day's complaints were, Lucky would listen with his whole body, nodding and humming and closing his eyes, tisking and laughing with his whole belly. At the end of my rants, he'd wipe his beard mustache with the back of his hand, fix me with his huge brown eyes and say, "Well, let me tell you something about people." And off he'd launch into a story. At the time, I'd wonder what an anecdote about working a farm in Alabama or sporting around the jazz clubs of San Francisco had to do with my problems. I saw only the specific details of his situations, the distinct personalities he described. Now, with the benefit of a few experiences of my own, I see those details as markers, giving tangible form to the real messages behind his words. When I remember these words, I no longer hear about the rough drought in back in 1939 or the gleam of a fin-tailed Cadillac. I hear his love, smooth voice saying, I hear his low, smooth voice saying, "Your mama just needs to be loved. Don't question it. Just do it." Or, forgiveness is our chance to create divinity. Granting it only begets more. Remember that. Granting it only begets more. What swim back to me with complete and ruthless clarity are the lessons he tossed around as effortlessly as seeds from a farmer's hand. Those seeds took root, and I'm only now hearing his wisdom as clearly as he heard my woes. Yet, yesterday when I read that to myself, it reminded me much of just life, and me in particular, my life, especially when I was 20-something years ago, you know? There was plenty of people in my life that were telling me things at the time that I was hearing them. And like they mentioned in this story here, they were only fixating on the details of the things the person was saying, not realizing that there were seeds of information within those stories to help you with some kind of problem. It's the kind of seeds that are planted that sometimes it may be years later that you finally understand what those people were trying to say to you. There was plenty of times people were offering me very good, reasonable advice about life. And because I thought, okay, thanks for telling me, I didn't take it to heart. Only later in life to realize, dang, what they were telling me is true. And why didn't it click then? Well, sometimes just some things don't click right away. Sometimes, for instance, like it said in that story, after one has lived their own experiences out for a while, then they are able to digest better what someone else may have been sharing with them. I don't know. Makes sense to me. So remember that. You know, the next time someone whether they're older than you or even younger. But if they're trying to offer a little piece of something, try to absorb it. Don't think too hard about it, but realize that you may be dumbfounded later down the road about something they did say that it wasn't registering in the moment when you were being told whatever. Those are some of the best lessons we can learn, I think. That's why the cliche, hindsight is 20/20, is a cliche. Because it makes sense. That's why people say cliches. It's something that has been said so much that makes so much sense, it just became a common thing to refer to when talking about certain subjects or situations. Now, sometimes I find myself thinking, I hate using cliches, but there I am telling you about one. And it's pretty true. If we had 20/20 vision the whole time that we're going through life, we'd probably be okay. But 20/20 comes in hindsight most of the time. It's after the fact that we went through some storms or bumps and things we thought we'd never get over and things we thought we'd never get through. But then all of a sudden, one day, we're like, man, I'm still alive. And that thing that was bothering me so much really wasn't as bad as I thought. I mean, even some of the most painful things in my life, even the death of my mother, which still is something, but I've learned to live with it. And you either accept life as it is, or you bullheadedly keep trying to go against what life has to offer and make things harder on yourself. Or at least that's how it works for me. When I'm trying my best to go against the flow of how life is trying to direct me, and it ain't just life, I'm talking about the spirit, man. The spirit wants to direct me in a certain way, and sometimes that human part of Gray Cloud wants to, no, man, I want to go that way. No. I know which way I'm supposed to be going. And I may get off track here and there. But I can guarantee you I'm going to get myself back on track if I feel like I'm off track. It might take a few days, might take a few weeks sometimes, but I get back on track. And the more you practice things like that, the less you get off track. I'm going to leave it at that. Gray Cloud saves you the eternal moment. Over and out. Remember, go check me, his soldier's channel out. Come on now, go show her some love. I'm telling you, you won't regret it probably. I mean, heck, what harm is it going to do? She's trying to spread some positivity and light and love, and let's just say she's offering assistance to me to help with videos and stuff. Now, she's nowhere near, but, with the way we do things nowadays, it wouldn't be that hard once I have the proper whatever to make a video, send a link or send the video over to let them do some editing video magic to the video, send it back, and then I can upload it. But we're not going to get into all that right now, and I'm not going to be exploring that like heavily until after a few more, just working out all the details. This kind of stuff don't just magically happen overnight, okay? So go do that, please. Hit like on this, subscribe to my channel or our channel. It's our channel, guys. It ain't just Gray Clouds, trust me. Some of you guys out there watching this video may one day be part of the team. I don't know what kind of skills you have, but there's plenty of things I am pretty ignorant about. And as this thing grows to be part of the bigger vision that was given many years ago, there has to be other people involved. It don't just work by one person alone. The only person I know how that would ever worked for would have been through, you know who died at 33 on that. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? He died on that. But he didn't stay dead, right? You know why I know that? Because he's here right now. He is here right now. He's here right now. I'm telling you. If you don't believe me, you don't have to. He's here right now. He's here in my living room as I make this video. I don't know how to express it any more than that. The presence is with me. Over and out. Gray Clouds. Ditto.